Greetings, Lotus family. Long time no see. So it's good to be back. I wanted to first say thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you stopping by and welcome to the Lotus family. I'm Diane, for those of you who are new, and I'm just here merely to share my experiences as an expat, share my experiences of just leaving the States, hopefully to inspire you to take the jump in your life, whatever that is. Not just coming to Mexico, but whatever that is, that thing in your life is that you need to jump to or jump over, or jump through. Like, just do it. So I'm just here to say, just a little nudge every now and then to say, just do it. Just do it. I have many things to share. I've been on travel for the last couple of months, and we'll still be doing a little travel throughout the end of the year. So I'm way behind in sharing. I have lots of things to share with you. It's been a lot. It's just I'm really full of experiences and of life and of where this takes me and where I go next. And so thank you for being here. Today, though, I wanted to talk about opening up a bank account. I finally opened up a bank account. So I've been here about a little more than a year and a half now. And you need a bank account. You just do. So in Merida, I'll tell you about a couple, my experience in Merida. There's been lots of other people who posted and shared about their different experiences. And I would just talk to you about mine and what that looked like for me. And that's all I ever can do is come from my perspective. And so, so here goes. So on my way to the bank, we got to the bank. Me, Horacio, and Dana, we're going to open up an account. Horacio is our personal assistant, our friend, our driver. He's made our life so much easier living here in Mexico, navigating things without speaking the language. So there's that. Now, you need to speak the language to open up an account or have somebody with you. For me, I couldn't do it. It was very like you need help unless you. I guess you can get through it with an app. You're gonna be there all day getting through it with an app. We were there a long time with him, so it was a long process. So I want to say a couple things you need. So we had to go back home because I didn't have my phone that I got here, my Mexican phone number. You need a Mexican phone number to open up an account. Where I did at BBVA, you need a Mexican number because part of the process is done on the computer. The other half is done on your phone through the app. So you got to have that, and you can't do it with an American phone number. You got to have a Mexican cell phone number. So that's the first thing. Well, that might not be the first thing, but that's the thing you need to open up an account. The main banks that expats have been using to open up accounts that have been the more easier banks to deal with, and I'll put easy in quotes because it's not always easy, and easy is relative, right? But the main four banks that I've been seeing people, kind of gravitate to are BBVA, Bank Norte, HSBC, and Intercam. So those are kind of the four ones that, from my research, kind of ask for the same kind of documents. Now, what do you need to open up a bank account? The first thing is you need your residency. Temporary, permanent, it doesn't matter. You need to have that green residency card. It could be temporary, but you need to have that residency to open up an account. The first time I went to open up an account a few months ago, my residency was going to expire in let's say a week or a couple of weeks. They said, no, come back because I'll get halfway through the system and it may kick me out because of that expiration date was too soon. I forgot how it was now. So I waited until I came back and until I got after my residency appointment and got that done and went back to do it again. First thing, residency card. The second thing you need is, and these could be both number one, you definitely have to have that Mexican phone number. So you need a Mexican cell account, which is a whole nother process, which for me also, I needed to take Horacio because it's all in Spanish. That interaction is, they want a lot of information. They wanted almost the same information that I needed to open up the bank account. So for that cell phone, it was a whole thing. So you need to take somebody with you for that if you're not fluent in Spanish. So get a Mexican cell phone number. I think my bill is like $17 a month. I got Telcel. I upgraded from the free phone that they were going to give you because it was a real small phone. I wouldn't be able to see anything on that phone. So I upgraded to another phone. I don't remember how much it was, some minimal amount, but my monthly cell phone bill is like $17, and I get a whole bunch of stuff that I don't even use, minutes, data, like the whole thing. Like, it's a full package. So there's that. So you need to get that sooner than later, after your residency card, right? And so for the account, you need that cell number, you need the residency, you need a bill, a CFE bill. My bill is not in my name, it's in the owner's name where I live, right? And so it doesn't matter, you still need to show a bill with that address. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back and tell you this too. That's important. For my residency, when I first got here, I had one address. Then I moved, I had to have another appointment with immigration to update my address in the system. That's very important for you to do. You got to update that, because you can really get in trouble if you don't have that updated address in the system. So you got to do that. So I had to have that too, because all that has to match up. Residency, correct address. If you move, you got to get an appointment with immigration, update that address. Did that. So you need a bill. Now, here's the thing. My bill I had was an old bill. Since I've been away, my niece was paying my bills, so I didn't have the actual hard bill, right? Original. And you need the original bill. You can't have a photocopy. You need the original electric bill, which here is CFE. So I was able to use Dana's bill. Like, they can just use her bill, and I can change it later on my app. So that was a thing too. That was good to know, because I didn't have a current bill. You need a lease, again, with your address showing where you live. They didn't even ask for my lease. Although they say these are things you need, they didn't see my lease. They didn't ask to see my lease, but some other bank may. So have your lease. You're gonna need to make a deposit of about, let's say, between $200 to $500 US. I don't think anybody asked for $5 as a deposit. For my bank, BBVA, I need to keep a minimum of $400 in there before I start, or I will incur some kind of fee. So there's that. So be prepared to have, at least $400 to deposit that day you open up an account, and to keep it in there so that you don't have fees at the end of the month. Why do you need a bank account here? One of the main benefits for me, besides not incurring ATM fees, is being able to pay my bills online. So with my cell phone bill, I could pay it online. They ask for the card, but it has to be a Mexican bank account. So there's some places where you can pay online, but you can't use your card from the States, your account from the States. So that's a major convenience that I wanted to have, was to be able to pay my bills online. The other thing is you start to establish credit. And so somewhere down the line, if you're still here for years later, say you want to buy a car, you start over time establishing credit. Because now as you know, we cannot, everything is cash. You can't establish credit here for, like, if you want to go buy a car, that kind of thing. So establishing credit, from what I understand at the bank that I'm at now, BBVA, that after a certain point, maybe 6 months after having your account, they'll offer you a credit card. And so you just start to build credit here as well, as another one of the main advantages. So the ATM fees, being able to pay online, establishing credit, you get in the system. It's as simple as that. You're in the system with your number, your account number, your clave number. Clave, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's the Mexican, similar to the account number, but that's universal that they have here, and everywhere asks for that when you're trying to establish something, so you need that. So that's that. So do that, once you decide that you want to be in Mexico, this is where you want to be, whether it's Merida or another part of Mexico. This is another way of getting yourself established after residency. So you got to have your residency first, that cell phone number, and then that account. It just helps you move around differently, more freely, conveniently, I guess I should say, with being able to pay things online and make transfers differently. So yeah, that's it. So do that. I wanted to share that with you, my experience. Be prepared to spend at least an hour. Our process was an hour because, again, I spent the time with the person behind the desk, and then I had to come out and spend time with somebody else, still about another 30 minutes setting up the app on my phone, and where it's actually being set up on the app. And so they're asking you questions, you got to answer on the app. That whole thing, again, all in Spanish. You need somebody, which I needed somebody with me to help me. Let me say that. If you speak fluent, you can get through it. You'll be fine. But if you don't, you're going to need somebody to help. You can't just roll in and open up an account. You're going to need somebody there with you to interpret that, translate that. So that's that. Yes. Other than that, that's it. Those are the main things I wanted to tell you about opening up the account. Finally did it. Glad that's behind me. Oh, I know I wanted to tell you too. So the other thing, that on your residency card, I don't have mine in front of me, when you go to immigration, they take your picture. Sometimes it's dark. This bank wouldn't take a pic, you won't be able to use this bank this day because they scan your ID into the system. It was coming up too dark. So if your picture at immigration you take is too dark, they may not take it at the bank. This bank won't. So we were advised that if you go to another bank, they may take it. But a friend of mine wasn't able to open up her account because her picture on her immigration card was too dark. So, and it's nothing you really can control because immigration, they don't care if your picture's dark. They take it at the airport or wherever you're traveling. They don't care. But the bank, some banks are more picky than others. So you may have to move around a little bit, and some may want different things. But if you have your basic documents, you should be fine. The ones I mentioned to you earlier. But also just be aware that that could be an obstacle if your picture on your ID, on your residency card is too dark and it's not able to scan and not able to see it in their system. Other banks don't care about that as much. So just know that could be a thing. Don't be alarmed. It's not you. Anything against you personally. It has happened to people frequently, from what we understand from our lawyers. So it's something that could happen. Just be aware that you may be prepared to go to more than one bank if something doesn't work for you at one bank. They might not like one of the documents you have. You can do another bank. So just keep moving around. You'll open up an account. You'll be fine. All right. Thanks for listening. Hit the like button if this information was helpful to you. And I will catch you on the next upload. Peace and light.